Okay. I have my area here all set up. I've already cleaned it. Got paper towels just in case I have an uh-oh. And I've got my lighter. I've got all of my stuff I'm going to be working with today already out. Okay? So the first thing you do once you've cleaned your area is turn on your Fisher burner. Now these igniters, or the gas, if it's at a 90-degree angle, it's closed. Okay, so to open it, you turn it towards your hose, and then you just light your Bunsen burner. These don't actually spark, but if you touch the tip of the Amos flame to your Bunsen burner, it will light it because the gas provides the fuel. All you need is the spark. Okay? So again, you want to work with your flame close to you. Again, don't lean into it, but you want to work with your flame close to you. Now, I'm left-handed. Are you right-handed? Amy's right-handed. Miss Ellis is right-handed. So, if you're right-handed, you might get her to help you later. I actually can do both. I've practiced it enough. But I'm more comfortable left-handed. So to initially sterilize your loop, once you get it out of your drawer, you just hold it down in the flame. And notice it turns orange. Very pretty. You can even do the handle. The handle's not going to turn orange, so you don't want to hold it in there forever, especially if you don't have any rubber or anything at the top, because you will eventually burn your hand. Okay. Now with the slant, notice you have your slant here. Here is a slant that has bacteria on it, and you can actually see the bacteria growing on it. So, again, to start your transfer, you put the cap in your pinky, push up with your thumb, okay? Flame the lip of your tube, and then touch the side of the glass, going down. You can even touch the auger where there's not any bacteria. And again, just touch the very tip of the squiggle. Flame the lip of your tube and cap. Go to your next tube that you want to transfer to. Again, put the cap in your pinky. Flame. Now this time we're going to go to the very bottom of the squiggle and then just squiggle up. Flame and cap. So I now have bacteria in this tube. I can't see it because remember, bacteria are microscopic. But if I put this in the incubator overnight, I'll have a nice new squiggle on it tomorrow. Okay? So now I have bacteria on here. So I've got to hold my loop above my flame and then just keeping my arm very steady. And then just very lightly start rotating my wrist. And I'm going to watch the end of my loop to make sure there are no bubbles. And I'm just going to hold it steady. And this you've got to be patient with. You don't want to rush it. Okay, now my bacteria is turning black. So now I can go down into my flame. Okay? The lower you have your flame, the better this is. You don't want this huge fire coming out your Fisher burner. Okay, that is a slant-to-slant transfer. A slant-to-slant transfer. Now I'm going to do a slant-to-broth transfer. Here's my broth. Here's my slant bacteria. So I'm going to get an empty sterile broth to do my transfer to. So again, since I'm starting with a slant, I can still use my loop. So, sterilize my loop. Put my cap in my pinky. Flame. Cool on the side of the glass. Make sure it's cool on the auger. Get a little bit. Flame. Cap again. So you flame your lip of your tube before and after. Okay, now with the broth, I'm going to, again, put my cap in my pinky, flame, and then I'm going to tilt my broth towards me, making sure not to tilt the broth out of the tube. And then I'm just going to squiggle on the side of the glass. Flame and cap. So now this tube has enough bacteria in it that when I put it in the incubator overnight, it's going to get really cloudy. Okay? So now this has bacteria on it. So I'm going to very carefully hold my root over my flame, watching the end of my root, tilting my wrist slightly, just rocking it until it turns black. Now it's black, and I can go in my flame. Okay? So using your loop is pretty simple. Okay, it's very comfortable. You hold it at the very end like you do a pencil. So here's the right-handed view. You hold it at the end like you do a pencil. Don't hold it near the edge of your wire because you're going to burn yourself every time. Always hold it at the end. Now, I've learned some people hold a pencil very differently. So make sure it's between your first finger and your second finger. Okay? And then your thumb provides the support. Okay? So get comfortable holding your loop before you start. Now comes the fun part. Broth to broth transfer. You have to use a pipette. You have to use a pipette for broth to broth transfer. So, here's our pipettes. Now, I have small hands, so sometimes it takes me a while to open the containers. Okay, I'm actually going to shake the container until one pipette comes out, and I'm only going to touch one. Okay, grab one pipette. I can't sit this down. It's sterile. Place my lid back on my container, set it to the side. Okay, now we're going to use green pipetters. You may not have used one like this before, because I know in chemistry you use the bulbs, I think. These pipettes, you're going to have 2 fingers above, 2 fingers below, and your thumb has to be able to reach the thumb wheel. If you push down on the thumb wheel, you pull liquid up into the pipette. If you push up on the thumb wheel, liquid goes out of the pipette. Okay? So we're going to put this in the end, and you want to put it in kind of tight, but you also want to be very careful. Now for this part, you want to make sure your lab coat's covering you completely. You're working over your desk. The pipette tip never tilts up. Just want to keep it down. And you want to get ready to go. So I'm going to get my stuff ready to go here. My broth culture, notice sometimes it settles to the bottom, like all the bacteria is at the bottom of the tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap it, and it will all swirl back into solution. Okay? Now, I've got to have my pinky free. This is very uncomfortable. Okay? So I've got to have my pinky free, and I've got to get comfortable with my pipette. So again, you put your cap in your pinky, flame the lid of your tube. Again, you don't have to flame your pipette. You're going to bring your pipette down very carefully into your tube, and just get a small amount, just some into the tip. Flame and cap. Set my tube down. Go to my new tube. Flame. And now I'm going to release everything into the new tube. Flame and cap. Now, again, everything stayed pretty steady. I kind of tuck my elbow into my side because that stabilizes my forearm when using a pipette. So now this pipette can't go in the flame. Okay, because remember, I would shoot bacteria out at all you guys over there, and I would be the one getting punched. So it's going to go directly into my bleach beaker. Okay? Now, I'm going to do some transfers again, and I want you to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay? Okay, I want you to tell me what I'm doing wrong. So, I'm going to start with a slant to broth transfer. Okay? So, okay, I did a whole bunch of stuff wrong. What did I do wrong? Okay, yes, and I actually on purpose didn't use any bacteria this time. But, okay, so I didn't sterilize my loop properly at the end. But what did I do at the beginning? I didn't. How much of this went into this tube? Pretty much that much. The entire length of the tube, which you shouldn't do either. But I only sterilized that much. So you have to sterilize the entire length of your tube. Then, I didn't really flame my lips and my tubes very well. I just kind of waved it too fast. And then, when I put this in here, I didn't tilt the broth towards me. I went all the way in and went, which isn't good either. Because, since I only sterilized this much of my loop, if there was bacteria up here, it just all fell into my culture. So I contaminated my culture. Okay? Now, I'm going to do broth to broth again. Okay, apparently we have some stuff falling out of this pipette container. Now, I'm working with my pipette, and I'm being very careful. Get some liquid up, and I just, oh my goodness, I dropped bacteria. What do I do? Well, originally, since it's just on the table, I actually finished my transfer. This is a minor spill. Okay? So it's not that big a deal. You just want to make sure you don't actually run your sleeves through it. So finish your transfer. Okay, now, have paper towels. Remember, you always have them close to you just in case. You put the paper towel over the spill. You've got your bleach. And you soak the entire paper towel. And just let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay? And then we can clean it up with the other paper towels. These paper towels, if you accidentally have a spill, will go in your bleach beaker. They won't go in the regular trash. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, let's talk about what you guys are going to do today. You guys are going to do 6 things. So, number one is practice. Because before you start working with bacteria, you want to practice. So,